Empire strikes back with the three-peat technique. Let's go. Let's go. We are back. The Empire strikes back with the three-peat technique. That's right. We're back for another one with the game reaction show. How y'all doing all out there? This is the Big House Breakdown with another one. You know, coffee sipping, thinking about this ass whipping. We just put on the Ohio State Buckeyes. Tell me you were there. Tell me you saw it. Tell me you were involved, because it was something to see. 20 million plus. Where was you at if you wasn't under a rock? You should have saw this take place. It was cinematic proportions, the way it all unfolded, and I am here for it. I hope you are too. A2 crew, get in here. Let's get it started. All right, man. So, show's the Vic. I'm back with the Big House Breakdown. All things Michigan football. And this is our reaction show from the game. That's right. The Michigan Wolverines defeated the Ohio State Buckeyes 30-24 for the three-peat. Best game in college football, best rivalry in college football. Some may even say the best rivalry in sports, dating back to the 1800s all the way to now. Michigan has achieved the trifecta. Let us know what you think. Usually I don't open it up. Usually I do my reaction shows solo. And it's just commentary, but I felt like opening it up today. So I'm opening it up. The link is down below. I'm going to copy it and put it in the lower third so that everybody can see it as we are going live. So just in case anybody decides to pull up. Hey, Adam.
Hey, what's up, man?
Peace, brother. How you doing, man?
I'm good, dude. How are you?
I'm doing. Hey, you gonna ask me how I am after yesterday?
I know, man. Right?
I'm surprised I got a voice. Hold on, let me switch things over, and let me get you on, and let me. Okay, what's popping with the camera? Okay, I see what's happening. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
Yeah. You know, these dang fangled things.
Right.
All right, here we go. All right, there we go.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah. What's happening? I kind of got a little setup here that has me going a little wonky, a little weird. So bear with me, folks. I put the feeler out to a bunch of people, so we should have a bunch of Michigan fans. How about it, bro?
Sounds good, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, what's going on, man? How'd you enjoy the game yesterday?
It was awesome. I mean, you know, it was an instant classic, as you would say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Instant classic.
Yeah.
One for the books. You know what I mean? One for the ages.
Oh, yeah.
You know, put it on enshrine it in one of them big walls somewhere overseas. It was nuts. It was nuts.
Yeah, just glad we were on the right side of this one. No more
man. So with all of the crazy going on, with all of the build up and the lead up into it, man, they tried to make us into a circus, if you will, man.
True.
What was your thoughts on the build up, man? The build up to what crescendo the other day?
Well, I mean, I just think they wanted it to be as big as possible, so this way, if they won, they'd be able to erase the other two wins in their heads and then move forward saying, "Oh yeah, we're 3-0 against you guys in the last 3 years because you cheated and this, that, and the other." And I don't know. It was kind of. I'm glad it's over, to be quite honest with you. You know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait for it to happen. I couldn't wait for it to get to because, and I guess we could start out this review or
Okay.
or this post game show with a note from Colin Cowherd, man. And I'm not a super duper fan of his, but when he's right, he's right. And I'm gonna give the man his props when he's right. And
Cool.
one of the things he said was this right here: Ohio State has gotten fancy. Michigan has gotten more physical. What you think about that quote, man?
I think it's true. I mean, but I'll give Ohio State some credit. Their defense has gotten up there. I mean, it's definitely started to catch up to Michigan's defense. But I mean, in the end, we all saw what could happen.
Yes, sir. I think they showed some physicality.
Oh
I
yeah.
just think I just think we showed more.
Oh yep. Absolutely. 100% more. I mean, we
Yeah.
finally were. I mean, the whole reason we got to Kyle at the end of the game was because of how much pressure we just kept putting on him, and it started working.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What did you think of let's just go over the Ohio State thing.
Sure.
Before we do that, man, I kind of took a page out of your book, man, and I created me a little funny online.
Oh, good.
Yeah, man. So I want let's see if you like what I did here.
It's pretty good, dude. I like it.
That's from the movie Friday. If anybody online is looking and you don't know, Michigan came through like Debo, and I'm mainly talking about the Sandusville hit on Travion Henderson,
Yeah. Oh, that was
and
nice.
then the Quentin Johnson hit on Emeka Ibuka.
Yeah, those
Don't
were
get no
sweet.
better than that, man. That's what the game typifies right there. What's your
Oh yeah.
thoughts, man?
Well, no, those were key plays. I mean, even though Henderson still got a few yards, but still, Mikey setting the tone, continuing to set the tone. I mean, that's always huge for us. I mean, we need him to be the leader out there on the football field.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I thought it was spectacular. What he was able to do out there. So
Right.
not only was he able to make that hit from a nickel position and be a jackknife of all things, but he was able to go when flex out on an island.
True. Well, and then
And
he's given up like 20, 30 pounds to this guy.
right. Oh man. So that's all heart, bro.
Oh, that absolutely, dude. To
No
come that
fear pumping in
fast,
that heart. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, dude. To come that fast to someone that big, you definitely have to have heart.
He kind of caught him in the right moment. I remember when I was playing ball when I was young in high school, and they threw me a little flat route. I was a bigger running back at the time,
Yeah,
and it doesn't matter who you are, what size you are, man. If you get put in that position, woo,
that's true.
hello,
That
hello.
is true. I agree with that.
It doesn't matter what type of, what size it is. Momentum meets force, and
Yeah.
wow, I loved it, man. I loved it, and the thing that I have a problem with, man, that I'm continuously having a problem with is all of these podcasters and media types acting like Ohio State had a better performance.
Oh, I
What's your,
know. That's crazy.
I, it just pisses me off to no end, man. What's your thoughts, man? I can't stand it.
Well, I mean, it's obvious they love Ohio State more than anything, and they're going to do whatever they can. I mean, it's I mean, well, ESPN does everything in their power to make sure that Ohio State stays at the top of everybody's wish list, to get into the playoffs. It's just disgusting. And then
Yeah,
even
absolutely.
and
Go ahead.
even Klatt was starting to annoy me yesterday.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
he rides for well, it seems like he rides for Michigan during the week when he's on these other shows, but then when he starts calling these games, you're like, golly, who the hell? I mean, Just you would have thought that that they won the Super Bowl against against Notre Dame with how much they talked about that drive that Kyle McCord had. Uh, He was like, dude, that was against a 4-loss team. I mean, I know they were undefeated at the time, but I mean, come on, give me a break.
Right. Like, it's nuts, man. And it actually gets on my nerves. I'm listening to, I don't even know why I continue to do this. ESPN and
Oh,
Pate and all these other knuckleheads talking crap. It pisses me off. And then did you hear what Ryan Day had to say about Roman Wilson in the
no,
in
I
the
haven't.
in the in the post game?
No, I didn't check it. What did he say?
Well, basically Roman Wilson was talking about how, the Ohio State DBs are more concerned with how they look and how they
Uh huh.
dress and the $1,000 Louis V cleats
Uh huh.
than actually playing ball. And they can't, and then of course, Grandpa Grumpy over there, Grandpa Beijing, you know,
Yeah.
he basically tried to, and I kind of think that's where you need to stay off. Like, if you start disrespecting the players and not the coaches, like, it should go adult to adult, coach to coach, player to
Right.
player. Don't have the coach dissing the player. Like, come on.
Well, what did Ryan say?
He just had some real negative comments about Roman Wilson, about his play, about his caliber as a player. I don't remember the exact quote, but just crying Ryan, just doing the most. You
I
know what I'm
mean,
saying?
yeah, it's not shocking. I mean, the guy basically threatened to beat up an old man in Lou Holtz. So, I mean, if he's willing to do that, he's willing to say and do whatever. I mean,
Right.
it doesn't shock me at all that Ryan did that.
Absolutely, man. It's crazy, bro. What did you think about JJ's performance yesterday? What's your thoughts?
Uh, he's got balls of steel, man. I'll tell you that. I don't know if I would have had the balls to throw it to Roman Wilson for that touchdown. I mean, I was like,
Ooh.
wow, double coverage. I mean, perfect timing as soon as both of the defenders turn their heads, the ball goes right past them. I mean, that is that is really unbelievable. I gotta say, I gotta give it to him. That was pretty impressive.
Hey, man, that's NFL caliber stuff, man.
Yeah, you got to do it. I mean, you got to throw
If
it in the
you
windows when you got him, and definitely
if
he
you
did it.
can't see, if you are an NFL scout
Yeah,
and you can't see that JJ McCarthy is an NFL quarterback, I don't know what you're looking at.
right.
Throw the rule book out, throw the
Yeah,
combine out, start all over again, build it all over again.
yeah. I
Because
mean,
I don't know what you're looking at. I don't know what you putting your eyes on.
yeah, I don't either. I think he definitely is. I just see everything you want in a quarterback, especially a young one coming up. He's got so many like God given tools and just the mental makeup of it. He's got everything. So I can't imagine that he couldn't be. I don't see why anybody wouldn't take a chance on him.
Well, I don't even know why that would be considered taking a chance.
Well, you know what I mean, though.
When you can
Like,
make throws like that, when you could throw
yeah,
across your body,
yeah.
CJ Johnson like that,
Well, I think he's got to be like top 10 pick, probably, right? I mean, he's got to be up there.
some of those sideline throws that were made, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, dude. There were a few yesterday that I was like, dear God, how did uh who was it? I think it was Quentin. No, it was CJ caught that one as they were go. Looked like he's throwing it out of bounds, and he
Right.
threw it. Oh, that was unbelievable.
Yeah, man. It was nuts. It was great to watch from a fan standpoint.
Yeah,
And it's crazy how much heart that kid is when you can clearly see that he's not 100%.
yeah, true.
But
Well,
but the adrenaline was flowing and he knew he had to, he knew he had to suck it up, buttercup, and get it done.
yeah, thank God.
You know what I mean? I just wish we had like maybe a week or so off before the championship game so he could heal up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I know Iowa presents some challenges defensively,
Right.
but I mean, for God's sakes, they only scored 13 points against Nebraska. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I don't. and it's not like JJ is that hurt. I mean, he's hurt, but still, he looked pretty decent against Ohio State, and he's going to have a month to rest up after we beat Iowa. So let's just get him through the game without really getting hurt. And hopefully we're up on Iowa by like 30-7, something like that going into the fourth, that we could just rest him for the rest of the way.
Right. That'd be great. Oh, that'd be lovely.
If we
That'd be
can do
lovely.
that would be fantastic. So
Um, any other standout performances? I loved the play of the secondary. I
yeah,
loved the play of the against that group of receivers. Man,
that was nice.
oh my gosh. I thought that was so like heady. And it just shows what was working for us all season in terms
Right.
of like how we were subbing the guys and getting the meaningful snaps and meaningful games. And then
Yeah,
you get a Quentin Johnson coming through with his contribution. And even Mike Wallace, that guy's on roller skates half the time, but you know, man,
right.
he even played well enough to contribute and give us some meaningful snaps in the game,
Yeah,
so that once Will Johnson went down, we weren't just totally naked out there.
true.
You know, go ahead.
No, yeah, finish up.
No, I was just saying that, yeah, it's awesome the way that the season unfolded, and that we did get a chance to like get these kids meaningful snaps and meaningful games. So they're not out there, Keon Sabb contributed. There was a bunch of the people that were making plays all year, making plays yesterday.
Right. Yeah, I thought we should have used the tight ends probably more, because I don't think Ohio's linebackers had no way of solving that problem. They couldn't hang with Loveland. They couldn't hang with Barner when he was thrown to. I think if we would have just had a steady diet of tight ends and running game, I think we probably could have won by more. I think the the throwing to the sides I never liked. I didn't like the whole wide receiver screen. I didn't like uh, initially the first one when they did it to Donovan. I was like, well, maybe
Mm-hmm.
they were that obvious about what they were going to do because they want to set them up for later on in the game, you know. Uh, and then on the third down, last drive to Samaj Morgan, just not a fan of it, man. We have tight ends that were getting easy 5 yards a clip.
Yeah,
Put both of them out there and just have them run and see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, I'd much rather do that than these. But I mean, if that's all I'm complaining about, then I mean, it's a great day. Absolutely fantastic day. Loved how Sharon Moore coached. I absolutely thrilled.
yeah, man. Let's talk about Sharon Moore. What do you think about his you know
Oh, I mean, if
coaching or lack thereof, or what did you think of his? Some people, like it. Some people didn't care for it. What do you think?
like I said, there were the two plays I didn't like. I liked that he was aggressive. Uh, I liked. He looked like he's getting better at it. I mean, you have to think about it. He's only had 4 games to do this in, and 2 of them were 2 of the biggest games in Michigan's season this year: Penn State and Ohio State. And I mean, this Ohio State was probably the biggest game in the history of the rivalry, modern day history of this rivalry, anyways. Because who knows what's going to happen next year, and with the scandal and all that other crap. I mean, and he did great considering. I mean, he went for it on 4th and down. I didn't see Ryan Day doing any of that shit.
Yeah, yeah. How about the halfback toss pass?
Yeah, I mean, he was trying. I got to give it to him, man. I don't know how well I do in that kind of situation, so I mean, you definitely got to give it to him. He's getting better with every week that he had the chance to coach.
Do you think he showed everything that he had in the arsenal with the whole Blake and Donovan
No,
combination in the backfield?
I think everything was open to him if he wanted to use it. I just don't
Yeah.
think they did.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think they needed to. Now, I mean, what does that mean? Maybe like 2 or 3 plays they didn't use. I don't think they have a whole separate playbook. But I mean, I definitely think they have a couple different plays that you might not have seen this season. or same plays, but just with different personnel, you know?
Right. I'm trying to get to these. I have a couple of clips that I wanted to show, especially the one with Mikey hitting Travion
Oh, yeah,
Henderson.
yeah.
That's a classic. So I'll get to those in a sec. I'm just trying to pull those up.
All right.
Let's talk about some more moments in the game, man. It was so many. It was so good. What
Yeah.
was your thought when Zinter went down?
Uh, I didn't know what had happened. Obviously, they didn't show it. I mean, I was worried about him. I mean, obviously, right? You can't not be worried about a kid when you hear how bad it. Or let's put it this way: when they're pulling out the motorized stretcher like that, or the little motorized cart, you know things aren't great. So
Right. Yeah. Right.
I was hoping.
You're like, this isn't Madden. Like, why is
Yeah,
the card coming out? What's really
seriously.
happening? Right.
Yeah, seriously. So I'm glad that he's okay. So hopefully, that surgery went well from what I heard, and then
Mhm.
his career won't get derailed any after he heals up.
Yeah, yeah, because he's a beast, man. That dude is a freaking beast, bro.
Yeah.
Man, I would love to see him like the Giants need some linemen. I'm a Giant fan, so I would
Ah,
easily see him playing for us, man. We got some picks that we can
yeah,
spend on a great lineman who could block his tail off. You know what I mean for Saquon. Let's
yeah.
go.
You guys definitely need some help. So
I
yeah, I
know
mean,
it, man. I know it. I know it. I know it. So, um, and then the drive to follow, man. What do you think? Was that just emotional overload? Was that maybe Barnhart keeping it simple for Barnhart so he could just,
I,
tuck his tail and hit see ball, see man, get man. What's your thoughts on how that next drive unfolded?
well, I think it's been real timely this year for Michigan. Every time something emotional seems to happen, the next play, or any, not even emotional, anything, a pivotal moment in the game needs to be made. Well, in the two biggest games anyway of the year, that Penn State when they stopped them on that fourth down and they
Right.
got the ball right back, and the next play Corum took it for a touchdown. Same thing here. I mean, when you need a touchdown or a big play the most, next play Michigan gets it. So I think it's pretty. I think it's impressive. I think it's great timing. I love to see it. You know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What else have we got? I'm trying to remember. Oh, what'd you think of the Alex Orgy package?
Yeah, I like it. I
And
it's one play.
everybody in the stadium, orgy,
Yeah.
orgy.
It's one play, but man, the kid is. I mean,
He's
I don't.
alone.
It makes me wonder what is he doing in practice that keeps him off the field. You know what I mean? Like, is he not? Can he not read defense as well? Are his
Yeah,
passes a little too Joe Milton-y? Like
yeah.
what is he doing? Because I mean, I mean, he runs well. He looks like I mean, he's got all the looks of a quarterback. I would love to see what this kid could actually do. You
Yeah,
know
somebody said, was that a setup for us to be option team next year?
what's up?
Some people in the comments were like, is that a set? Was that a setup for us to be an option team next year?
Ah, I doubt it. I mean, an option team. I mean, dear God, that's like 1980s shit. Like, what are we doing? If we're going to the option next year, we got massive trouble. We're
Right.
in deep shit if we're going back to the. You should never go back in time to obsolete type of offense and then hope somehow it's going to have a revival outside of maybe like specialty plays or something. I mean, service schools do that shit. We shouldn't be doing that. That's crazy talk.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to get your reaction on that, man.
No, man, that's nuts. I,
I thought that.
I mean, then we might as well just stop recruiting wide receivers and then just overload on tight ends and just go with good blocking tight ends that can catch the ball, because we're only wasting wide receivers' time and effort if they're going to come to a team that runs the option. That's nuts.
Right, right. So let's keep it rolling. the last play of the game where they did the stunt with Jalen Harrell,
Yeah,
and he comes up what seems like the C gap. It might have been D, but it seems like the C gap, and he puts that last lick of pressure on Honda McCord,
yeah,
and then he throws a duck or he wasn't able to get as much velocity behind his pass, man.
yeah.
I thought that was classic mentor,
Oh yeah.
and I thought that was like super timed out where it would work in the best of situations.
Man,
And
we got lucky because if you look at it,
mhm,
he definitely his arm definitely got hurt or not hurt but hit as he threw because it looked like he was going for Marvin Harrison and it looked like Marvin Harrison was about to be wide open. I mean, because
yeah,
he hit it and the ball went the other way too, and I can't remember what wide receiver that they double teamed, but that I think it was Marvin just going right down the seam. It looked like he was wide open.
yeah. That was
So
the
thank
that was the final
because
shot.
yeah,
That was the
thank
final
God.
shot. Like
Yeah,
when they lined up, and I saw them put their hand in the ground. I said, they're going up the steam to Marvin. I said, that why wouldn't that be the play?
right.
You got to live and die on your best weapons. Right. I just held my breath. I was like, okay, here we
Yeah,
go.
dear God, dude. I was really nervous. I'm never a fan of playing for a field goal. And I feel
Right.
that's what we did in that final drive. So, I mean, if I got to slam Sharon a little bit, I do not like when we play for field goals. I mean, when you're going to beat a team like Ohio State, Georgia, Alabama, the true elite teams in college football, you can't play for field goals. I mean, look at Indiana and Tom Allen. They had a chance to really take it to Penn State and had a legit chance to beat Penn State. But Tom Allen played for a field goal and it bit him in the ass. And
Right.
I had that same feeling that that was going to happen to us. Thank God our pass rush got there and caused a different outcome. But you never, I mean, you never play for a field goal. I mean, you had 4 yards to get a fucking first down, and you throw the ball to the out. No, man. I mean, because even if you go forward and you get 2 yards, 3 yards, it's now 4th and 1, 4th and 2. It gives you much more of a better idea of maybe we'll go for it, maybe not. But or you just go for the touchdown, man. We were driving, we were doing something. Like I don't know, man. It almost bit us in the ass. And if we do that shit against, say, Georgia or Washington or Oregon or whoever the hell we play in this playoff, we play for field goals, we're gonna fucking lose once again, just like we did to TCU. And it
Say how you really
scares the
feel.
hell out of me.
Say how you really feel.
Dude, it does. It scares the absolute hell out of me. I'm not a fan, first of all, of how Michigan plays 4 weeks after. You give Michigan long breaks in between games, and they stink out loud. They
Yeah,
100% stink
I
out
I
loud.
totally agree with that. I think we lose a lot of mo in
Yeah,
between games,
and so I
and
don't
that
know if it's
kills
because
me, man. Exactly. I'm like,
right.
can we play tomorrow? Can
Oh,
we
dude,
play tomorrow? Like
yes,
we would beat 99% of
yeah,
teams if we played the very next day.
yeah,
On
or hell,
Tuesday, can we?
or
I
just the
bet you their
next week.
Tuesday practices are more bloody than the actual game.
Yeah, dude, or just the next week. Because if we would have played TCU the following week, we would have beat their ass, in my opinion. I don't think TCU would have been ready for us that week. But you give a team a month to figure us out. We're not so complex in what we do that we're so hard to figure out what we're going to do. And then you have Harbaugh constantly flirting with the NFL. So that causes distraction. I don't care how much they say it doesn't. When your head coach is constantly interviewing with NFL teams, that's got to be a distraction to your team.
Yes,
And
yes,
then
sir.
and then we wonder why they come out in bowl games and look like absolute dog shit. Oh,
Yeah,
I wonder when the guy that you look up to, and we saw this whole season how much they love Harbaugh. And then then they come out and they think, oh, well, this guy, is he really for us? He says he loves us, but look at how many NFL teams he's interviewing with every fucking year after. And I mean, I get go get your money or go chase your dreams or whatever bullshit you want to say about it. Not you, but the overall narrative that's out there. And it's just
Right.
like, bro, don't be shocked then when we lose. Like,
Right.
you have to have everybody dialed in to win a national title. You think Nick Saban's doing that bullshit when they won their 7 or 20 or 30, whatever national titles? You think Kirby Smart's doing that shit? No, Urban Meyer wasn't doing that shit either. He was too busy finger banging bitches in his fucking bar. He was at least concentrating on bitches and football.
Right.
I don't know, man. It just drives me insane. This part of the season makes me more nervous than the whole regular season put together.
Yeah, I know. I know it. I know it. It is a chance to get, Will Johnson, who got hurt, and
Yeah.
JJ get a little more healthier, and whatever boo boos Blake and Donovan are dealing with, get them healed up a little bit. But you do lose a lot of momentum, man. It's crazy how that works.
It really is, dude. It's awful. And then also
Yeah.
this season, what more can come out in a month's time? That's another thing that I don't necessarily know if it worries me, but it annoys me thinking that all this is coming out about, whatever, sign gate, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I mean, who knows what more they'll try and create or what more trouble they can try and get Harbaugh in right before we play our first playoff game.
Yeah, man. Well, let's talk about the turnover kings, man. Turnover kings.
Yeah, the
Is
Carney
anybody
boys.
doing it better than the
Yeah.
Michigan Wolverines this season? I want to show you this play when Will Johnson gets the pick, and then we could chop it up real quick. Here we go.
Play fake, McCord underneath, intercepted. Michigan, Will Johnson jumped the route, cross forward, and has it at the 5-yard line. Kyle McCord, only his 5th interception of the season. And it looked like Harrison slowed up.
How do you like Will Johnson crawling to get the extra yard? You gotta love that, bro. I lost my nugget when I heard that.
Yeah, dude, that was.
When I saw that play, I was like, my goodness, what a dog, what a beast right there. Talk to us about that. What was your feeling when you saw that?
I mean, I think you could make a great argument that was the thing that won the game for us. I mean, it swung everything. It got us on the board. I mean, I love how good I love how opportunistic our defense has been this season. I mean, with all the interceptions, the pick sixes, this is something we haven't seen from a defense in a long time. I mean, those Don Brown defenses didn't do shit. So to actually see a defense like this and a cornerback do those kind of things wearing the number 2, it really does stir the echoes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So this other cat on Twitter says, on 4th and inch, Blake Corum lunges for the score. Corum has set the modern era program record with 21 touchdowns this season. How about I used to call him Blake the Great. I'm just gonna call him Blake the Rock.
Yeah.
Because he's a rock out there. He's you know what you're gonna get game in, game out.
True.
He's gonna lace it up, he's gonna go click clack, and you're gonna get 4 quarters of bloody football.
True.
What's your thought about Blake's performance, especially when he cracked that one open, toward the end there? What's your thoughts, bro?
I was happy for him. I was happy that he was able to have such a key moment. I mean, I think now he has 22 on the season, right? Because he had 2 touchdowns. So that puts him at 52 or something like that. And Anthony Thompson, A-Train's at 55. So not out of the realm of possibility that he ties Thomas, my fault. Anthony Thompson. What am I talking about? Anthony Thomas against Iowa in the Big Ten title game. I mean, not out of the realm of possibility. So, and then going into the first playoff game, he could break it. Damn, dude, that's exciting shit. Because Blake he seems like such a great kid. I'm very happy for him. I'm glad he was healthy this time to finally play against Ohio State. I mean, we needed him every second out there to be able to do that kind of stuff. So I'm just really, really happy that he's done this. I'm excited for him.
What about the what about the let me stop sharing for a minute and reload that. We had look like we had a little bit of fragging, but what did you think of Blake, not Blake, Kyle McCord performance? Is it time for Ohio State to get another quarterback? Is it time for them to start thinking about entertaining another weapon at the QB position?
Well,
What do you think?
I mean, selfishly, I want him to quarterback next year. I mean, as a Michigan fan, you know what I mean? Now, they're going to have to do something, I would think, because that Devin Brown or whatever his name is not good either. So it's not like they have some guy waiting in the wings just to take over, unless they think that I can't remember what the kid's last name is, but I think his name is Whatever. Whatever. It's
Air Nolan.
Huh?
Air Nolan.
Yeah, there you go. Unless he's the real deal, but I mean, how many true freshmen are, you know? So, yeah, I would assume they're probably going to start looking in the transfer portal. You know, I mean, don't be shocked if somehow, some way, Arch Manning decides to leave Texas for good old Ohio.
Ooh, now that would be crazy.
Yeah,
that would be crazy. Now we referenced this earlier. Let's check out fair use. Let's check out Roman Wilson's touchdown from JJ McCarthy. Check it out.
JJ McCarthy looking over the middle, caught, touchdown Wolverines. Roman Wilson. JJ McCarthy threw that one off his back foot.
I love it.
I thought they may. Now, didn't he do another play similar to that? What game was that? Was that Rutgers or was that Nebraska? We split the two people and he hit Colston Loveland in the end zone.
Oh, I think that was Michigan State.
There you go.
Yeah.
So this is routine for this guy.
Yeah. True.
He's an alien.
Yeah,
guy McCarthy.
Yeah, he's pretty amazing.
Who is this dude?
That arm is unreal.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
The only thing I wish he would have is a little more finesse intact with it when he needs it. Put a little more air up under it when he needs to, so he can complete those long balls. You know what I mean?
And you know what's funny is that the first year he played, he was able to put air underneath the ball, because that play against Western Michigan where he ran across and then threw the ball across field, and then he dropped the ball right into a bucket to like the same kid, and I can't remember the kid's name. Wide receiver, he came from Jackson State. We only had him for a year, but in the Wisconsin game. So he's capable of doing it. I just don't know why he's.
Are you talking about Andrew Anthony?
No. Another kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. Darian. I can't remember what his name was. It was like number 87 or something. I don't know. I forgot. But I mean, you know, good kid, played pretty well. But I mean, correct me if I'm wrong though. Once Roman Wilson has the ball and it crosses the goal line, that's a touchdown, right? It doesn't matter what happens after. It's a touchdown once the ball breaks the plane of the end zone.
Absolutely. And not only that, if there's a tangle with the offensive receiver in the end zone, the offense has the rule of possession.
Yeah, so I don't know why all these Ohio State fans are so. I mean, you would think that they got robbed of a victory because you would think that this was their JT was short, you know, and it just
right.
I mean, with us, JT was short. I don't care what they say, but dude, this was not an interception. Once that ball, because at least I thought so. Once the ball crosses the plane and the wide receiver has what looks like possession of the ball, it's a touchdown. Like I
It
don't think
is.
it matters, does it? Like
It
now, if
is.
that now maybe let's say if that happens, that exact play happens at say the 20, the 10, pretty much anywhere else on the field, then I guess you could say, is that an interception? Then maybe yes, right? Maybe. But he had possession breaking the plane of the goal line. That should be a touchdown. So I don't know what the big deal is.
I don't, you know, it's just something to lend credence to what they already feared, that Michigan was
Right.
going to kick that ass.
True. I
They,
was
they, I think all of them kind of knew, like, the Colin Cowherd quote, man.
yeah,
They
it's
got
true.
fancy, we got more physical, and Michigan is going to bring it. So, don't run, don't hide, come get this ass whooping like everybody else in the Big Ten.
True. I mean, I was
Hey,
starting to get like, huh?
no, go ahead, finish.
Oh, I was okay. I was getting TCU vibes there for a second, like when we had that long
Oh
play.
yeah. Oh my gosh, I
I
know.
was like, dear God, please.
So I
I,
said the refs owe us one
yeah,
for TCU.
seriously,
How about it?
seriously, especially with Roman. I mean, that poor bastard's been screwed a few times.
I know. All right, man. We talked about it earlier too. Now let's check it out. Let's check out the Mikey hit on
There you go.
Travion Henderson. Classic right here. Real big house breakdown. Check it out.
He's 6 of his last 7. Completes this one. Oh, my goodness. Travion Henderson gets waxed. Mikey Sainra still.
Well, you could see this one coming from a mile away. Sainra still was eyeing him up, and then he goes down with the shoulder to the chest. What a hit.
That's when I
sweet.
knew we were going to win.
That was pretty sweet.
That's when I knew we were going to win. I said, we're going to win this game.
Yeah,
I
nice.
said, we're going to win this game. Because during the week, everybody was making Ohio State a pretty little pony because of Travion Henderson's resurgence. Oh, you better watch out for Travion Henderson.
I know.
You better watch out for 32. Oh, you better watch out.
I
The
know.
Gooch is coming. That's a whole different Strokes reference. You better watch out. You better watch out. He's coming. The big bully is coming. He's gonna ice skate all over the Michigan defense. Lit up.
I mean,
and then you know what happened afterwards?
Yeah.
He fell on the floor, pointing to his foot. I think.
Yeah, right. Oh, sure. I mean, come on.
Hey, I need one. My foot.
You need some excuse.
You know what I'm saying? What a hit.
I know. It's pretty funny though that they were talking about how great Travion Henderson looked when he came back, and he did. But if you bother to watch the teams that he looked great against, it's not like he did it against Penn State, which he wasn't healthy for. He had a decent game against Notre Dame, but most of those yards out of his 140 yards that day came from one run. So he had like 10 or 12 rushes. So the other 10 or 11 rushes were for very little. So I mean, I wasn't that worried about. To be quite honest, man, I was nervous, but I wasn't really worried about us losing. Just up until like the last drive, of course, because anything can happen. But just like we beat this team when they had C.J. Stroud, and if C.J. Stroud couldn't beat us 2 years in a row, I don't know how the hell they thought Kyle McCord was going to do it. I just didn't. I just now obviously anything could have happened, and he could have played the game of his life, but it didn't happen. He played exactly how you think Kyle McCord would have played in this game. They made such a big deal about that Notre Dame game, and I watched that thing. He wasn't impressive. I mean, the play before they, I think the play before they scored the touchdown or whatever, he almost threw an interception and hit the Notre Dame guy in the hands. He just dropped it. So
here we go with the I told you so's, right?
Yeah.
So in our preview show before this, not you and I, you weren't on it with me, but on the Big House Breakdown preview show, I said those Ohio State receivers put the ball on the floor.
Yeah.
If you tap them, they will put the ball on the ground. And I was referencing the Notre Dame game.
Okay.
I was referencing how Ibuka dropped the ball in the end zone
Yeah.
when the DB got physical with him in the end zone.
Yep.
DB got physical with Marvin Harrison on the sideline. Marvin Harrison put that ball on the ground, and then there had to be a big review and all of this and all of that. And then what happened in the game, the DBs challenged the Ohio State wide receivers. They didn't let them just ice skate all over them and act like it was a scale performance, like they throwing against air. They actually challenged these dudes, and you saw the outcome. So, your thoughts on what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree. I think Roman Wilson was also kind of referencing the wide receivers for Ohio.
Okay.
Because I think Marvin's the one with the Versace cleats.
No, he said Louis Vuitton.
Oh, that's my fault. Louis Vuitton. That's what I meant. My bad.
Yeah, and he was talking about how when he went up against the DBs, how physical they weren't, and how committed he was.
Right.
You know what I mean? To being in the guts and the dirt of it all. Well, to make it happen for his team, whether he got the ball or no ball. I thought they could have went to Roman in the fourth quarter a couple of times.
Yeah,
I think they could have ran some RPO slants or something, because the way that they were crashing the gaps against the run, you could have easily play action pass and zip that thing to Roman over the middle, man.
Yeah,
easy. And I think they need to, Sharon got to, take the wedgie out.
Yeah.
And not be so nervous.
The middle of the
considering
field.
Everything, and the fact that he had to manage the whole team and manage the whole show, and he wasn't really prepared for that at Penn State.
Yeah.
And that's why with the waterworks and the crying and the cursing and all of that, I get it. But at a certain point, you're going to have to unzip that playbook and get after folks. You know what I mean?
True. No, I agree. I think the middle of the field definitely could have been used more. I mean, tight ends, wide receivers, whatever. It definitely could have been used more. And I think, hopefully, if any other team that we face coming up shows the same kind of propensity to leave that open, then I think I would hope that we take advantage.
Yeah. I just think that perhaps just a little squeamish, just a little skittish. Don't want to mess it all up.
Right.
Because it's not just his future. It's not just the perfect season on the line, the Harbaugh thing happening, all of it in concert. It's also his own coaching future. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they want to know, in a situation, are you going to mess it up? Like, when we hand you the keys to the Bugatti, are you going to crash the thing?
Right.
Or are you going to drive it and park it the way you're supposed to? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think that was a pretty good like resume builder for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All of these things matter. All these things count.
Yeah.
And I'm sure once Jim is ready to hang it up, if he keeps it, if things go the way they're supposed to go, then he probably will be the heir apparent. What do you think?
I would love it. That would be great.
Yeah.
If we could make Sharon Moore the next head coach at Michigan, I'd be very happy with that.
I think he has a creative mind for the offensive side of the ball, and he's not like, fundamentally stuck on just running the ball for running the ball's sake. He really wants to, get it done, man. Well, here's one thing I want to talk about, right? Okay, you seem like you had something to say. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, and it keeps to the foundation that we've built at Michigan. The same mindset, the same toughness, the same everything, and you can hopefully keep a lot of the same coaches there, like Ben Herbert or someone like that. Keep them there so you can continue the tradition on of what they've built, because you get a new head coach in there. I mean, look at Wisconsin. Wisconsin was a run heavy, big offensive lineman type thing, and now Luke Fickell goes in and he's changing it up to this wide open passing game. So that's what I would fear. I would fear the Rich Rod effect. You know what I mean? Like, we go from Lloyd Carr to Rich Rod, and it fucked us for 10 years or so.
Oh.
I mean,
you got to remind me of that guy.
Right. Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Right.
That's the thing that worries me, though, when I think about if Harbaugh leaves. Plus Sharon looks like he he can coach. He doesn't get scared. I mean, with more experience, he'll get better and better. And plus, he's a Michigan guy. So we keep with the same feel.
Yeah, man. I want to show the Blake thing. Lastly,
Cool.
I was going to show the Quentin Johnson hit, but we kind of right up on it. So I'll show the Blake play real quick.
He takes off on that left side, and that's the thing that I think opponents fail to realize about Blake Corum. He's so good in the short yardage, and he's so powerful, but he has that quickness and the burst. We saw it against Penn State. We see it there again against Ohio State here, and what a huge touchdown, flashing the 6'5" for his.
Yeah, that was awesome. I had to share that real quick.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm sharing that is because I got into a big Facebook war with someone who was mocking the injury to our lineman.
Dear Lord.
And they said that because the lineman got injured, he was soft as hell. That was the comment. And I was like, yo, and this was so I went in, bro. I put on the gloves. I hit the heavy bag, and I went in. Bro, I went in. I was like, yo, get the suicide prevention hotline ready for all you Ohio bums that want to delete yourselves because y'all took that fat L.
Dude.
And I was like, yo, that was just in poor taste, bro. What do you think?
Well, I mean, soft as hell. The kid broke his fibia and tibia. Like, he snapped his whole leg in half. How the hell is that soft?
I will put the comment on the screen, but I don't want that person to accuse me of doxing him. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, are you kidding?
Bro,
come on.
I have seen so many unhinged takes by Ohio fans.
Right.
And worse yet, Sparty fans. You're like, dear Lord, dude, you guys haven't been relevant all fucking season. Dude, just shut up and, disappear. You don't need to be a part of the adults in the room. The adults of the Big Ten, the Ohio and Michigan are talking. Shut the fuck up, Michigan State. You don't need to be a part of this conversation. And, dude, to call someone soft when their leg breaks in half, it is insane. That is an insane take. I don't even know what else to say. That's crazy.
Hey. That person caught it. I was like, look. And then that person was like, oh, you should be suspended from Facebook. I was like, listen.
Oh my God.
Don't start none. Won't be none.
Right.
I was like, don't be surprised when you get the smoke, okay?
Yeah, dude.
Knock it off.
That's
and the Michigan fans showed up with razor blades and lemon juice.
Oh, good. Because
they showed up. They were like, yo, what the hell are you talking about?
Bro, that is crazy.
And it was a female. It was a female, bro. It was a woman, bro. I was like,
okay, say less.
You expect that out of a dude who's bearded up, liquored up. It was a girl, dude. I was like, come on.
Actually, it kind of doesn't shock me that it's a woman because she's probably never played. Well, obviously, why would she have played football? So she doesn't know the physical toll that game takes on you. And then to have anybody who's ever played football understands that at any point in time, the next snap, something bad could happen to you. That's why you play fast. That's why you play smart. That's why you do all that, because you never know, and it helps limit your chances. But dude, to have your whole leg snap in half, that goes to tell you that person's never played a sport in their life, and it doesn't shock me that it would be. Because, why would she have played football? She doesn't understand. So,
yeah, man, them Ohio fans, they remind me of wall Martians, man. You just never know what kind of crazy crap is going to fly out of their pie hole at any given point. It's just nuts, man. Here's the last thing I want to get on, man. And I'm putting out a PSA, man. I want you to help me, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. Flip City is in effect. 5-star recruits come play for the best team in the Big Ten. So if you was nervous, or you felt like you wanted to choose Kentucky over Michigan, or you felt like you wanted to choose UCLA or Ohio State or whoever, we take all flip recruits. All them 5-star recruits, you could flip to Michigan today. Let's go. What's your thoughts, man? Flip. Let's go. We got a spot. We got a couple spots for some flips.
I would love to see offensive linemen come. a quarterback. I mean, I know we've got good quarterbacks coming up, but to have somebody, just anybody, just in case, just in case. We have that Idaho that Idaho wide receiver that commit.
Oh yeah,
Blaine something.
the speedy kid.
Yeah, I think it's Blaine Gatling or something like
Yeah,
that.
yep.
Dude,
Gatlin, yep.
I would love
Gatlin Bear.
to get that kid over here.
Yes. We
Any,
talking to you, Gatlin Bear. Come on through.
serious,
We take flips. No shame over here.
dude.
No shame. After the media year that Michigan had, no shame over here. Come through.
Hell no, dude.
We'll let you do a backflip, just like Roman Wilson did at the end.
Yeah, dude. That was sweet.
You can do a whole backflip. Just come through,
That is sweet stuff. I mean, I would love it. Anything to get us.
I wanted that Jordan Thomas kid, the 4 or 5 star Jordan Thomas kid who played defensive tackle. I think he was like 6'7".
Oh, he flipped to Kentucky, right?
Yeah, well, I think it was either Miami or Kentucky, one of the two.
Okay,
man, come through, man. Come on, we taking flips, man. We got a trampoline over here. Y'all can flip all y'all want. Come through.
Seriously, come.
We got trampoline in Schembeckler Hall, man, right in the back near the pool.
Yeah,
it's used for the treatment of the players.
Yeah, dude,
when they're feeling frisky, sweet. And y'all can go back there and flip all day.
Yeah, dude, flip it. Let's do it.
Let's flip. Let's do
a
bunch of flip.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. What's the kid that went to Tennessee? That was the related to Jay-Z. What's the kid's name?
Oh, I don't know.
Boo Carter.
Oh, Boo. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like his athleticism, man. I think he could be a great either a receiver or a DB for us.
Whatever, just bring him.
And yeah, he was related to Jay-Z, and they did a big reveal party in New York, and he did the old Michigan fake out and chose Tennessee.
Oh, that kid. I know.
But he's good, man. He's like a 7-on-7 king. He's like super athletic and everything else, but we got trampolines for all y'all in Schembeckler Hall. Come on, we
I know this is 100% off topic, but dude, and it's not Michigan related, but if you get a chance, look up Larry Bird's grandson. He couldn't be more than 9 years old, but this little dude is going to be. He's as cold as his grandfather when it comes to like playing the game. Dude, I saw some on TikTok or something. I was like, dear Lord, he plays he plays like what his grandfather would play like now if he was coming up. I know it was weird, but you said Jay-Z, family member, and that for some reason just clicked in my head, and I was like, damn, that little boy can play. So I would say, just entertain yourself. I was like, holy crap.
So that takes me back to what you just said about Arch Manning. If Arch Manning left Texas and came to Ohio, that would be like what happened with the other quarterback, right?
Oh, yeah, dude.
I don't want that.
No, thank you. I don't want.
Thank you. I don't want anybody named Manning playing against us year in and year out. I'm good.
Right. No thanks.
I'm good. I don't want 5 years of any dude named Manning. I'm good.
And I'll be honest, man. I mean, 2024 is already. I don't know what to expect because of how many people we're losing this year. So yeah, I definitely don't need the 4-peat getting muddied up with having a Manning come over.
Yeah, man. So if we win it all, and that's what I'm prognosticating.
Yeah.
If and when we win it all, because I think we got enough fight in us this year to do that. And hopefully we devise a game plan against whomever is in the college football playoff to get that done.
Right.
Do you think McCarthy stays to raise his draft stock, or do you think he moves on? Wherever it is.
I don't. I'll be honest, man. I think he's probably gone. I think, but dude, being 19 years old or 20 or whatever he is, being that young back in the day, anything can change your mind. So if I had to guess, I would say he's going to go. To be quite honest, maybe it has a lot to do with whatever his draft grade is. If he grades high and they think he grades out like at a first round or even high second round, I bet he leaves. If they have him graded out to like third round or higher, which I couldn't imagine he would be, but let's just say for the sake of the argument that he's like mid third round or high, he stays. I would assume one more
Okay.
year, gets his draft stock like you said higher. But yeah, if he grades out well, like first round, second round, I would assume he's gone.
Okay. Okay. So you think it's all about where his draft stock is?
Yeah, because I mean, why not? Because if I'm a quarterback, I definitely don't want to go in the fourth round. You know what I mean? Even though maybe the fourth round you get a much better team. They're probably just looking to bring you up slow. I mean, if you go first round, second round, you probably get a pretty shitty team. You know what I mean? But if you believe in your talent or whatever, I guess that's not a big deal. But I guess it depends on his mindset. So dude, like I said, he's 20 years old, man. I can't even imagine what's going on. He's
Yeah.
probably just thinking about football and getting laid. I can't imagine he's thinking about much more than that.
Right. If we get this, if the Shelton kid winds up, he already committed, but if the
Yeah,
Shelton kid winds up coming through and signing
yeah,
his national letter of intent, and he replaces, and we could replace those two really good guards that we have, which is
yeah.
really the nucleus of that offensive line that we have.
Sure.
Um, and then they give JJ enough NIL money.
Yeah,
He might make more in 1 year to stay than he would if he went and he was a fourth or fifth round pick.
exactly right. Yeah, yeah, I agree.
And then
NIL
he
changes.
could just connect the dots for a year. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well, it does. I mean, NIL changes the game when it comes to a young man's decision on how to enter the draft. I mean, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Look what he did this year when
yeah,
he brought back all those guys. You know what I mean?
I mean, think about it. If you don't have to take school seriously, and all you do is worry about playing ball. I mean, it's a pretty good life, and you're big man on campus. I mean,
Mm.
that's a pretty good life, and you're getting paid $2 million a year to do it. Man, that make me want to stay probably another year. You know?
Right. His girlfriend gonna have to put a leash on him.
Oh, a leash, a tracking system, everything you
Something.
would think of. Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. So we're gonna get ready to get out of here. That's just gonna just about do it for us on the Big House Breakdown.
cool.
I just had to come on and show you guys some of the things that were going on social media and celebrate this super gymongous win. We three-peating, y'all. We three-peating. So I got the two Big Ten trophies right there. I was so tempted to put a third, but I said they gotta actually play the game.
Yeah, let's not jinx it.
They gotta actually play the game. We're
Yeah.
almost there, man. We're 4 quarters away from another Big Ten trophy thrown to the Big Ten football. This is Big House Breakdown. Thank you, Adam, for Michigan Football Ranch. Tell them where they can check you out, bro.
Guys, you can check me out on all social media, YouTube, all of it. Just look for the Michigan Football Rant, or I'm at Maniac Podcast on Twitter and Maniac Memes on Instagram. To me, I have some of the best memes in the business, in my opinion. I lay it the easiest way I guess I could say it is it's a podcast set up kind of like your most passionate Michigan fan. You're sitting down at a bar having a beer with him, and that's really how it goes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I talk shit about everybody. I mean, Carson Barnhart caught a few strays. JJ caught a few strays. Overall, I love the team. I mean, but when they suck, and you got to call them out every once in a while. But overall, I mean, it's been nothing but praise and love for this team.
Oh, before we go, man, let me take one more minute and say this. Told y'all so. In the preview show, I told you guys about some of the weak links on that Ohio State defense. I told you that Young could be had, the DB. I told you about Sonny Styles. I said he could be had.
Oh,
I
yeah.
also told you about some of the defensive tackles on that team. When Michigan needed a 31, what happened? Barnhart went to guard.
Yeah.
Boom. kaboom, them boys bust through there. You
It
thought a dam burst.
Yeah, it was.
You
It
know
was
what I'm
nice to
saying?
see.
Go ahead.
It was nice to see Barnhart in his natural position as guard. So it was good to see that. I like that.
And he's pretty athletic too. So I think if he stays there
Yeah,
and they keep Trente at the tackle, I think you're gonna see a lot of pulling out of that position.
I like it. I
And
mean,
then I think you're gonna see Donovan hitting the edges a little more. And they're
yep.
gonna be off to the races, man. I told you so about some of the linebackers like Eichenberg. Now he gets lost in the wash. I
Uh-huh.
told you about that. That showed itself up on the Blake Corum long touchdown run.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Please, man, tune into the Big House Breakdown because I don't play games, man. I'm going to tell you about these weak links on these teams. And I'm going to tell you what these phony prognosticators and media bobbleheads that just want to favor teams are not going to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Adam will too.
That's true.
Adam will too. So tune into the programs, his, mine, and others that tell you the truth about these games, not that just want to butter you up for the fall. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. We out, man. This is the Big House Breakdown. Thanks to Adam for coming on. Thanks to all of y'all that were rocking and watching on the many, many streams that we're on right now. And this is the Big House Breakdown. 3-peat, y'all. We out.
Right. Go Blue.
Go Blue.